Go, second try. Oh, I didn't plug this in. Here, let me plug in so you can hear me. My hand. My one and only son called me when I started I started this video, and my one and only son called me. So usually we talk on Fridays, but his son passed away on January 15th, and I check in with him every now and then, make sure he's doing okay. And so I just sent him a text, how are you doing? And he called me. So I thought, okay, I'm taking it. I'm going to talk to him. And he's doing well. Thank you, Lord. So, yes. Well, let me get back to it. So I'm so glad I started doing this. And it's good for me. It's a good step, movement. But I'm tired of looking 6 months pregnant. I'm tired of having weak legs. I'm tired of having weak arms. And I've just been praying and trying to do step by step for success. And I've done the dirty carnivore way of eating. Carnivore, the strict definition is beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And you can eat any mixture or form of that you want to. Fat, beef, butter, and it doesn't have to be butter. It can be bacon grease. It can be tallow, which is grease from beef. And what's the other thing? Ghee, that is purified butter. It can be any kind of fat like that. So dirty carnivore would be me eating an avocado every few days. But when I do that, see, I've done this, and so I know what works for me. It prevents cramping. And, the magnesium or whatever's in it, potassium, whatever's in them. If I eat an avocado every few days, it prevents that. Now, people think many things about a carnivore diet or dirty carnivore diet. And the other thing is dirty carnivore would be to eat turkey or ham, things along that line. But, and the reason I want to go back, because the reason you eat beef is because cattle have 4 stomachs. They eat whatever they eat. Hopefully it's grass-fed. Oats are not good for people or animals. Well, I guess they're used to beef up or fatten up horses, maybe. Something like that. Or cattle. But oats are not good for people. You have to rethink everything. You have to study the history of food. You have to study the history of the effect of food. And so if you've been told by somebody that vegetables and fruits are good for you and that grains are good for you, who are they and why are they saying that? You always have to look behind what's being said. So here's one thing. The food pyramid. What was the greatest amount of food you were supposed to eat? Grains. Guess who helped create that food pyramid? The people who supplied grains. They convinced the government that was what people should be eating the most of. And how did they benefit? Money. Follow the money. And so maybe it used to be true that flour and corn and things was okay for people prior to 1950s, like in the 1940s, 30s. Do you know that flour is different in Europe than it is here? Corn, I think corn is too, but I know for sure flour is. But when the United States approved starting to genetically modify things, wheat in particular. See, what happened was the government approved scientists who worked with that type of thing to create a new strain of wheat where you get more wheat on each stalk, more grain on each stalk. Sounds good, right? No, it isn't. They altered the wheat. You have to study the history of food and nutrition to understand. So a cattle have 4 stomachs. So if they do eat anything that isn't good, they have 4 stomachs that filter out what is bad in whatever they're eating. And if you eat beef, actually just beef, that's enough. It's called the lion diet, beef and water. That's enough that your body never grows deficient. People don't go deficient. It depends on an individual person. Like I have decided that I used to be kind of religious about it, and it wasn't working. There were things that didn't go very well for me. The other thing that avocados do for me is they, when you first start on carnivore, your body has to, it's called fat adaptation. And so you have to go through this process, and it involves what's going on in your intestines. And so what avocados do is they keep everything flowing the way it should while my body is becoming fat adapted. And so what happens is your body uses up its glucose stores, which is what you want. Glucose is what creates fat. Fat does not create fat. When you eat fat, it does not create fat. When you eat fat, it causes the glucose in your body to exit. So that's what I want. And then you go into ketosis, which is what you want. And so that's just some very basic things, like a lot happens when you do this. Ooh, let's do this. Back and forth. So I do eat turkey, I eat ham, I eat beef, I eat eggs, a lot of eggs, sardines, and tuna fish. I have done a lot of studies on, what is it they're concerned about? I can't remember. The poison that's in fish. I can't remember. Anyways, you know what I mean. The amount of tuna or sardines or any fish that you would have to eat for that to become a problem for you is massive amount. So it's just like when they did when they said the cholesterol in eggs is way too high. They did that study on dried eggs. If you've never heard of dried eggs, I grew up with dried eggs from government food, powdered eggs. And it was this, I think it was a yellowish powder, and you reconstituted it with water, and then, or you could put it in like cake recipes, but you had to add extra water, something along that line. And so they did, they powdered up the egg yolks, and then, like, who eats dehydrated eggs? And then, so it was, if you've ever dehydrated something, what is left is very intense. And then they did studies on how much cholesterol was in the powdered yolk. And it was intense. But not only that, they made it faulty studies on cholesterol, on how much your body needs. And so in 1987, another nugget, and then I probably better go. In 1987, look it up. You can look it up. Prior to 1987, a normal cholesterol number was 300. Guess what? In 1987, statin drugs had been created and approved by pharmaceutical companies. 1987. Now they could sell it. Then, guess what? I don't know who pushed this. Doctors it was demanded that they would tell their patients the new healthy cholesterol number was 200. It didn't happen from studies. There were no studies to support this. I've studied the history. I studied the research. So everybody's cholesterol, there was a lot of people whose cholesterol was over 200. So they all needed statins. Well, there was a lot of money to be made, wasn't there? Millions, probably billions now. So statin drugs are all about money. They affect your brain. Study it out. Do you know the incidence of dementia after statin drugs were approved and dispensed? Look up how much dementia increased. Our brains need fat to function. Statin drugs prevent the absorption of fat in your body. Every cell in your body needs fat. Every cell in your body needs cholesterol for healing. Cholesterol goes to whatever part of the body needs healing because cholesterol heals. It's a healer. Study. It's a complex, interesting. I'm just saying, I studied biology, I've studied history to learn these things. So anyways, that's a lot in just a few minutes. A lot of what I've learned, and I think I'm already to 11 minutes, and I'm glad I did it today. I'm going to go up and have a little bit of my pot roast that I made this morning. Yummy, yummy. I can have as much as I want until I'm full. Never feel deprived. Never, ever, never feel hungry if I eat what I'm supposed to eat. No crackers. I can eat, if I want crunch, I eat pork rinds. And man, my husband found some barbecue pork rinds from somewhere. I don't remember what store. Let's see if we can find them. They're good. All right. Here we are. Have a great day.